kids, it's time to read the last chapter of The Wizard of Oz. At the end of chapter 9, the wizard had just told Dorothy and her friends that he couldn't grant their wishes. Bummer. But then they saw who the wizard really was, and he was not what they expected after hearing about the great and powerful Oz. Curious. Let's read. So you're the mighty and wonderful Wizard of Oz?
Well, actually from Omaha, Nebraska. See, I landed here accidentally some years ago, and I somehow convinced everyone that I was a wizard, and, well, here we are.
So, you're not a wizard. So, you don't have any power.
No, not at all.
Then we came all this way and did all of this for nothing?
But you did destroy the Wicked Witch. That's a pretty big deal. How did you do it?
Dorothy and the gang explained how it all went down. First, of course, they had been captured by the flying monkeys. The scarecrow had been pulled apart and scattered in a field. He lay in pieces when he suddenly had a bright idea. He knew that crows are pretty clever, so he called out and asked them to help put him back together, and they did. Once he was back to his old self, the scarecrow went to find the Tin Man. The Tin Man had been sold for scrap at a salvage yard and was feeling sadder than ever. But the scarecrow put him back together, polished him up, cause he had rusted quite a bit from crying. And they set off to find the lion. The lion had been locked up in a tiny cage and sold to the zoo. It was not a nice zoo at all. It was gloomy and full of terrible creatures like colitas. Remember those? Very scary. Not a good place for a lion with no courage. There, the scarecrow had another bright idea. He asked the Tin Man to use a bit of his metal to pick open the lock on the cage. And then the lion was free. It was time to save Dorothy. But first, the Tin Man stopped to unlock each and every cage because it made him too sad to see any creature locked up, even colitas. The Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion headed toward the Wicked Witch's castle. They were all very scared, especially when the flying monkeys saw them and swooped in. But the Lion put on his brave face and roared, making all the monkeys fly away shrieking. He was ready to take on the Wicked Witch too, but when they got inside the castle, they found Dorothy had already melted her. And so,
there you have it.
That's how we defeated the Wicked Witch. Too bad it was all for nothing.
That's not true. You've saved everyone in Oz from the Wicked Witch. You'll be celebrated here forever, Dorothy. You'll be a star.
But I just want to go home.
And I want a brain.
I want my heart.
And I want my courage.
Scarecrow, you already have brains. How else could you have figured out how to put yourself and the Tin Man back together?
It was your idea how to pick the lock on the cage, too.
Hey, yeah. I guess it was.
See? You've had brains the whole time. And you, Tin Man, you've shown you have a heart. You freed all the animals in the zoo.
Well, they looked unhappy. I wanted to help.
That's heart. And Lion, you showed bravery when you stormed the witch's castle. And you certainly seemed brave a moment ago when you were roaring at me.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
No worries. But don't you guys see? You've had what you were looking for the whole time.
But what about Dorothy?
Dorothy. Let's see what we can do.
Hey, what about the magic shoes? Dorothy, can you use them to get home?
Magic shoes? You've got the sapphire slippers? That makes you the most powerful person in Oz.
Do you know how to use them?
Nope. No idea.
I'll bet the good witch knows.
Scarecrow, you're really on a roll here with all the brain stuff. That's a great idea.
So the wizard sent out a call to the Good Witch of the North.
Dorothy, my dear, how are you? I'm so glad you made it to the Emerald City to see the great and powerful wizard.
Yeah, about that.
We'll chat later, but now we need to get this girl home to Kansas. And we were thinking...
I was thinking, I do that now.
Yes, the Scarecrow was thinking you would know how to use the magic of the sapphire slippers to get home. So do you?
Oh yes, it's quite simple. Take 3 steps in the sapphire shoes and say your wish.
And then I'll be home.
And then you'll be home.
What? It's that easy?
Wait, you have to say goodbye first.
Oh, right. I almost forgot that I would never see you again. Oh, wow. Don't. You'll rust. Tin Man, I'll never forget how kind you are. You have a wonderful heart.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Someone better get his oil can. Lion, You're braver and fiercer than any Kalita in the whole land of Oz. Thank you for protecting us on our journey.
Oh, shucks, Dorothy. I'll miss ya. I'll even miss your terrifying dog, Toto.
Be nice, Toto. Scarecrow, you've been with me the longest. I don't think we would have made it without your quick thinking. I think you're the real wizard here.
Aw, Dorothy, do you have to go?
I do. I miss my family and my house and... Hey, wait a sec. My house is in Munchkinland. I wonder where Auntie Em and Uncle Henry live now. Well, I better go. I love you guys and I'll miss you. Come on, Toto.
We'll miss you.
We love you.
Bye, Dorothy.
Dorothy took 3 steps and said, "Take me home to Kansas." And in a flash, Dorothy and Toto were back in Kansas. It was more colorful than she had remembered, but maybe that's just because Dorothy was so happy to be home. The end. Well, I'm glad it was a happy ending for Dorothy and the gang. Tell me in the comments what story you want to read next. Maybe Sleeping Beauty. Oh, yeah, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!